had at least been somewhat answered. I got a fair bit of experienced players on the team that all F4'd almost immediately, a stroke of good luck that we desperately needed. I also opted to spam buybacks as we did on the last Hamlet mission. I figured that if it helped our spy gameplay, it'd probably move the needle in a similar fashion for Scout. My gameplay eventually revolved around being wherever my team wasn't, even if that meant only getting a couple of kills periodically. It was better than having them all mopped up before I had a chance to get there. This was especially the case on the last wave. While everyone focused on the 3 tanks, I was camping the front lines for any prey I could get my hands on. This 4-minute period was responsible for around a third of my total kills. And I've said it before, it could have been way worse. We netted 150 kills in 26 minutes. Still a massive downgrade, but we do have more work to be done. We began this chapter weak, picked up strong in the middle, and finished even weaker than when we started. However, not all hope is lost. That Hamlet mission ended up completing our tour, bringing every 2 cities mission back into eligible grounds. Most notably, Bot Bash, one of our priority missions. And that's not all. We still have the Bone Shaker mission left on the mecha engine side of things. So if we could get a good loadout for Bone Shaker and complete that mission, we would reset the tour and bring Broken Parts, a priority mission, and Disintegration, a throwaway mission, back online. Then, after getting those missions into eligible status, we can go back to 2 cities and play Bavarian Bot Bash for maximum RPM, then go back to mecha and queue for Broken Parts for maximum RPM there as well. And if we ever get a shitty loadout, we can use our Disintegration bid to minimize the amount of time we have to spend using it. 1,225 robots in 143 minutes. That is what we need. The ice we're skating on is so thin, it's practically breaking beneath our feet. This, for real this time, is our last chance. We just need one good loadout. Okay. Okay. Thank God. Listening to my reaction, you may have assumed that my elatement came from rolling the Scottish Resistance, but the whole time I was eyeing the lock and load Islander combo. I hadn't forgot about Mission 8 at the beginning of the challenge, which was one of my highest RPMs throughout this whole journey. Going in, I was fully expecting to do another round of hybrid knighting just without a shield, but then my high tour brain knocked some sense into me and realized maxing the sticky launcher was the much better call, especially on Big Rock where literally everything comes out of one cave, and we have an easy perch to set up stickies from. It was actually quite similar to how we'd exploit explosive headshot. A bit more setup involved, sure, but in exchange, aim became a non-factor. That didn't mean we were going to ignore the Islander though. We wanted those heads as early as possible, and thanks to the spy bots that showed up, we managed to farm 3 heads before Wave 1 even ended. The speed increase would give us much needed agility to get out of dodge if I ever drew too much aggro. Thankfully, it didn't happen all that much. I had the cave locked down pretty much the entire mission. As long as my sticky piles were spread out enough, very little would survive. We even had a flog pyro, which meant I never had to waste any time getting on tank duty. Meet the new rock, same as the old rock. I did this virtually the entire mission, camping the left side of the map and detonating whenever a robot orgy was plastered in front of me. It was free, it was easy, and it also took way longer than one would hope for. One of our teammates ditched us at the beginning of Wave 1, and because it was late at night, we didn't get a replacement until Wave 5. Gameplay-wise, this wasn't really an issue. Our team was relatively competent, and I'll never bitch about having one less player to compete for kills with. However, in MVM, Valve has a check in place placed to where you can't begin a wave with 5 players, even if everyone decided to ready up. This costed us 5 minutes over the course of the mission, which may not seem all that bad, but that's over 3% of our remaining time that we just had to throw away for basically no reason. Regardless, we still managed to get through the mission with little issue, especially on Wave 6 where we could one-shot the giants by using crit sticky piles with a 2-way teleporter. It didn't add much to the kill count, but it shaved off a fuckload of time. Of all possible instances to get the Scottish resistance, it couldn't have come at a better time. In the end, we netted 375 robots in 37 minutes. A much needed boost, but with bad RNG, it could be too little too late. My track record on getting 2 good loadouts in a row has been shoddy, to put it mildly. At no point in the past 22 hours have I gotten 2 loadouts that netted 300 kills back to back. And with 850 kills needed in at least 106 minutes, we would need to break that curse if we ever wanted to survive another low-tier roll. And who else to break that curse but Pyro? Flog Pyro. Wait, that's actually kind of a problem. The Flog is one of the best weapons in MVM, and especially for this challenge. But it also happens to be a bit at odds with our current strategy. Of all 195 weapons in TF2, the Flog is ranked number 1 when it comes to melting down tanks. So if I queued into Bot Bash and this was the primary I was wielding, everyone would be expecting me to Gorilla Glue myself to the tanks. If I didn't, that could potentially cause issues. I looked at this as way too risky a move to pull this late into the challenge. So we took our ass back to the combo that served us well the whole time. And just to be extra safe, I maxed out my crit canteen so I could take care of the Uber medics with the 3rd degree if needed. Thankfully, it wasn't. After playing with the standard flamethrowers so often, I forgot just how much the Flog carries your damage. The constant streams of crits let us get those finishing blows much more frequently, especially during the gauntlet stages in tandem with health on kill. I was mopping the floor. The surplus of kills this one ability provided me with was enough to make this the best Pyro run to date, and it landed us an extremely similar scoreboard as the last mission, 360 kills in another 37 minutes. It took until 95% of the way through the challenge, but we finally managed 2 back-to-back Robo blowouts. Even more impressive was that right near the finishing line, we were within 10 kills of the projected robot number we should have been broaching the whole time. With both Bot Bash and broken parts on the table, the outcome did look promising, but I wasn't ignorant to how things could go awry. I could end up getting a good loadout, but we queue into a lobby that shits the bed, which already happened several times before. We may have gotten 2 amazing rolls in a row, but this was an anomaly. Getting 3 in a row would be unprecedented. Little did I expect the gravy train would keep on pouring. Okay. Alright. We're good. There are very few draws you could want more than a decent sniper rifle with an open broken parts mission, but that intense moment of relief turned into caution once I got a glimpse of my team. Almost everyone was extremely inexperienced, and if I wasn't on my game, we could very easily see a repeat of what happened on Mission 38. But right from the jump, I was given a glimmer of optimism. The low-tour engineer opted to put his dispenser next to the rock, a move I thought would be so unexpected that I bought 3 ammo canteens before the wave began. It was clear that he was more knowledgeable than his tour count suggested. This isn't something a new kid off the block will usually do. But still, the other players appeared to be inexperienced, and persistent low tourisms could be the end of us. This fear was emboldened when the Pyro player started spamming air blasts. But then, something amazing happened. I politely asked the Pyro to stop, and he actually apologized. And not only did he immediately recognize his mistake, but he swapped to the Flog on the following wave to not further tempt himself. But it wasn't just him. I asked my team to be a bit more quick-handed on the F4s, and when I gave that suggestion, everyone readied up within seconds. Getting a team that communicates this well is more rare than the Australians were chasing. It wasn't all easy going though. We did get pushed back a couple of times, and not gonna lie, I'm still a pretty bad shot when it comes to sniper. But overall, nothing went seriously wrong. I may have been missing a good chunk of my shots, but once a robot heavy got onto the field, I could use them as easy lightning rods for explosive headshots. I used this to great effect in both Waves 4 and Wave 5 especially, but Wave 6, that's where trouble could happen. This wave is a massive difficulty spike that destroys most inexperienced lobbies, and it's not like I could carry much either. I can barely headshot a soldier bot with a wiggling helmet, never mind a dozen super scouts charging forward at Mach 9. If there was any wave that was going to sink us, it would be this one. But I did know that this was a team I could work with. Before the wave began, I informed our Pyro about the double tank damage strategy via aiming upwards, and he immediately put that shit into practice. Thanks to the fact he had a working set of eyes, that gave the rest of our team enough leeway to put our crosshairs on the robots that matter. All of the super scouts died pretty much instantly, and while the heavy meta combos did make it far, they didn't get more than 2/3 of the way into the map. We made it to the final stage of the wave. All that was left were the 10 soldiers and one of the bulkiest tanks in the game. This is often the point where newer teams just barely lose the round and are demoralized enough to quit. But my team didn't do that. I had completed Wave 6 with almost an entire group of low tours first try without any kind of carry on my behalf. They basically did this all on their own, and taking everything into consideration, that was the greatest blessing of them all. The 1 in 9 chance of rolling sniper was lucky, as was avoiding the bows and the classic. But landing on the most pleasant low tour group I'd played with in years, right at the end of the line, that wrapped up our good RNG with a nice little bow. These players have definitely earned their stars, but I haven't earned mine quite yet. Big Rock gave us plenty of kills, 432 to be exact, in a third consecutive 37-minute long mission, by the way. But that wasn't enough to clear the challenge. We still had 58 robots left to go, with only 32 minutes left on the clock. Enough for one mission and one mission only. A single question remained. Could it be done? Well, come on, of course it can. For the sake of content, I would have loved to have failed Wave 6 over and over again to give the video a more tentative ending, but the low tours, they knocked it out of the park. Even worse was that I apparently didn't hit my record bind when I was rolling for my final loadout, which ended up being this. Do know that as I was going in for my final draw, I said aloud, the only thing that could rob me is the rocket jumper, and had a mini heart attack when the soldier popped up on my screen. In any other circumstance, I'd bitch about the direct hit again, but we're 58 kills away, so who really cares? At least we were 58 kills away until our team decided to restart the mission at the end of Wave 1, which wipes the scoreboard up to that point. So now the magic number is 21, I guess. From a video perspective, this is the worst chain of events you could get for a satisfying ending, but you've read the title and you know how this ends. After hours of M1ing, shield bashing, waiting in queue for 5 AM Big Rock lobbies, and yelling at Taiwanese children to F4, we finally, at long last, completed the challenge. 10 motherfucking bitch-ass 1,000 robots killed in 24 hours. Shut the fuck up, you stupid bitch. It had been done. With a collective time of 23 hours and 38 minutes, we finally killed 10,000 robots. What a fucking ride. I'll be honest, when conceptualizing this challenge idea, I didn't think we'd come even remotely close to failing. Might sound like I'm huffing copium, but I'm really not. TF2 videos of this ilk tend to go one of two directions. They either have the destination be an inevitability and the entertainment value is based around whatever wacky hijinks occur, or the challenge itself is punishing enough to where it ends up encompassing most of the video's focus. I, without fail, expected this to be the former, and believed with my entire being that completing this challenge was a foregone conclusion. This is literally why I didn't even bother tryharding in the beginning. I genuinely thought it would make no difference in outcome. As it turns out, out, I was very, very wrong. There wasn't a single moment where I was ahead of our projected kill count until literally mission 45 out of 46. Before we landed the Scottish Resistance combo on Big Rock, it was looking like I'd have to do some kind of clickbait gotcha and end up giving that 24 hours a bit of an asterisk. The whole time I was chalking this up to bad RNG, but hindsight is 2020. When in the moment, you can start to contrive reasons for why you're failing so miserably, even if they don't hold up. So I decided to investigate that quandary. When it came to class selection, we were actually shockingly in line with what was expected. For the 3 classes we wanted to avoid for this challenge, Scout, Medic, and Spy, we ended up rolling them 15 times out of our 46 total loadouts. Medic was unreasonably high for sure, but our Scout and Spy bids were definitely lower than average. They made up 32.6% of our total loadouts, just 1% shy of what would be expected from a third of the roster. However, just because they were 32.6% of my loadouts didn't mean they were 32.6% of my playtime, right? Actually, wrong. Coincidentally, the playtime added up to literally the exact same number down to the fucking decimal. So if it wasn't our class selection, what actually nearly fucked us? Well, our loadouts, really. There were a couple of positives. For example, getting the Islander for 2 out of our 3 completed demo missions, and of the 7 times we rolled Pyro, we not once got the Dragon's Fury, the worst flamethrower crowd control-wise in the game. Frankly though, that's where the good luck ends. And when we look through the other classes, we see an incredible buffet of unfortunate stats. Of the 6 times I played Soldier, I got the direct hit on 3 separate occasions. And we went 0-6 on getting even a single banner. Of the 4 times I played Spy, we didn't land on the Big Earner or the Kunai once. Of the 3 times I played Scout, we got the bottom half of Scattergun viability every time. And notably, of the 8 times we played Medic, we didn't land on the Quick Fix a single time. Heavy is the most consistent class we could get, with every minigun being somewhat viable. And yet, we got him a grand total of once. These are the RPMs generated across each class's total playtime, with good, average, and bad RNG coded green, yellow, and red respectively. As you can see, there's a lot more red than green on this board, and as a result, our RPMs were severely hampered. By all accounts, Soldier should have been our #1 robot killer, but because I was strapped with the direct shit half the time, he just barely cracked in 4th place. Spending the whole challenge just waiting and waiting for the moment we'd close the gap was an agonizing experience. One I didn't think I'd reach at all. 22 minutes sounds like a fair bit of leeway, but we were 1 more bad loadout, 1 more incompetent team, 1 more shitty Wave 1 loss away from failing the challenge outright. In the end, what actually saved us was landing on a team that was able to communicate. And I think that's what makes MVM so special. It's not about those 548 beggars kill streaks or trolling some random high tour shitter. It's about friendship, camaraderie, and pressing the goddamn F4 button. Holy fucking shit. Do you know how much of this challenge was spent doing nothing? Just press the fucking button, you goddamn inbred troglodyte fuck. Quick little reminder. But that's it. Video over. If you felt like this was worth watching over whatever movie you could find on uTorrent, just know that dropping a like, sub, or a comment about how Vrooyi smells bad would go a long way. I'll have a really wholesome surprise at the end of my next video, so be sure to look out for that. But until then, I appreciate you all very much. Twitter and Discord are in the description, and that's all I got. See ya.
When I say sniper, you think headshots. I mean, the two go hand in hand. They're integral to basically every first-person shooter ever made, and for good reason. Because when you hit a headshot, it feels pretty damn good. But what if our ability to do that was to vanish? What if God himself came down from the heavens and set us a little challenge in Team Fortress 2? What if we decided to get 1,000 kills in a row as sniper without hitting a single headshot. Now, if your instinctive reaction to that statement wasn't an immediate sense of existential dread, you're lucky. Because if you know anything about sniping in TF2, the prospect of getting that many kills without hitting even one accidental headshot is a little daunting. It may be even a lot daunting. You see, getting 1,000 kills in TF2 actually takes a while. I mean, depending on the game mode, what type of server you're on, and how long respawn times are, you're probably looking at anywhere between 10 to 20 hours of grinding just to reach the big 1,000 in the first place. And then on top of that, if we were to hit a headshot accidentally for whatever reason, that counter goes back down to 0 and we are starting from square one, which I suspect would happen quite a lot if I decided to partake in this challenge. So look, if I was going to attempt to get 1,000 body shot kills in a row, it was going to be a test of my mental fortitude first and foremost. I was certain that this was possible to complete. It was just going to be a battle of how many times I was willing to watch hours of progress get flushed down the drain whenever I managed to accidentally click on a head. And so, on the 4th of June, 2022, at 4:09 PM, I decided, why not? But little did I know, this was going to be quite the journey. Before we get too ahead of ourselves, it's probably important we lay down some of the rules and explain the foundations of this challenge. Now, the first problem we have to overcome is, how are we going to keep count of kills? We could do it the old-fashioned way and tally each kill on a notepad next to my desk, but for some reason I don't think you guys would trust me if I did that, so we're instead going to use one of TF2's inbuilt systems, Strangers. If you're unfamiliar, a strange item in TF2 automatically keeps a counter on the amount of kills or points you get in game, which is very convenient for the challenge we're going to be attempting. All I need to do is pick up a strange sniper rifle, which goes for about $1, and wait, no, Elmax, what are you doing? Why are you getting a strange Machina? They are like $100. You don't need to do that. You have a family to fit. Why? No, you didn't. You bought this strange. Now yes, I want to make this challenge even more special, because the Machina has a reputation amongst the community for being the king of the body shot kill, which I will discuss in further detail later on, but for now, just know that this is the perfect rifle to use for this challenge, even if it costs 100 times more than the alternative. We can also attach something known as a strange part to this Machina, which will specifically count the amount of headshot kills I get. This means if I see that little line of text under the weapon go from 0 to 1, I will know I have failed the challenge, and therefore will have to reset. All that is left is to discuss the rule set. I don't want to overcomplicate things, I want to keep it fairly simple, so the main rule to this challenge is that I can't use any strange farming servers where you kill idle players, and I can't go on a private server with my friends and farm them to speed things up. I did allow myself to use instant respawn servers because I don't really want to waste hours of my life in a respawn queue after dying, which would only drive me further to the brink of insanity during this challenge, so they're all good to use. Now, our second last concern was to sort out my drip. You know, what cosmetics was I going to be rocking throughout the challenge? I had the idea of making some absolutely unhinged demonic loadout, but I thought it would be way funnier for my sniper to look like a regular dude in his 40s at his 9 to 5 job, and it would fit much better because I was about to spend a comical amount of time trying to finish this challenge. The only thing left now was to devise the single funniest name possible for my strange Machina. I mean, at least 1,000 people were going to be dying to this thing and seeing the name, so I wanted to make sure it was really ha-ha funny. You know, like twitter.com/elmaxo_swag type funny, and thus the name KFJ was born. Because if you if you reverse it, it's JFK, you know, the 35th president of the United States who was tragically assassinated by a shot to the back of the head. And we're only body shotting, so it's like a reverse JFK. KFJ. Do you get it? And now that my Machina had the least funny name in existence, it was finally time to begin the challenge. To start things off and get a grasp of how the challenge would work, I just figured I would play a bit of casual, try some random maps, and see what was working and what wasn't. We landed on CP Powerhouse, which I thought would be a fairly decent map for the challenge. I mean, there wasn't any super broken sightlines I could use, but the geography of the map was fairly flat, meaning it was less likely I would accidentally hit a headshot. It started off pretty rough because I had cold hands and some scouts that made me hell, but after a few minutes, I managed to get my first kill. I was explaining the challenge to some of my friends in Discord when all of a sudden, I'm getting 1,000 kills on this strange Machina. I hit a headshot as the first kill!
No way. No way. Wipe the sniper rifle. Wipe it.
No, I have to go back. Oh, this is going to be fucking hard. Yep, that's right. That wasn't even staged. I actually managed to hit a headshot as the first kill of the entire challenge. I mean, if my first kill of the entire thing was a headshot, I didn't really know what hope I had. I guess it was good it happened immediately though, because I can now show you that whenever I do hit a headshot during the challenge, it shows up under the strange counter here, and I can reset it all the way back to 0. But yeah, things were going to be very interesting to say the least. I realized pretty quickly in the challenge that the best type of map for hitting body shots was going to be 2-fort, because A, there are like a million snipers on that map all the time, which makes it easy for kills, and B, it was really flat on the battlements, making accidental headshots less likely. Powerhouse didn't go too well, but I warmed up a bit and hopped over to Barn Blitz, which went a lot more smoothly. I also realized that because all of my cosmetics are strange and counter my points, every so often I would randomly get what came to be known as a triple level up.
When you like insta-kill, it's like
Whoa!
you set up the premise.
Level up, level up, level up! It was actually good I had these strange cosmetics, because it meant by the end of the challenge, I could see the total amount of points it took, and that would probably just cause me more pain in the future to reflect on. But anyway, I managed to get up to 10 kills, and I was officially 1% of the way through the challenge. I thought it might be a good idea to gauge public opinion on what I was trying to accomplish, so I did a little random survey of the server I was on to see what they thought about the challenge. Wait, can I get you guys' opinion on something? Blue toes, blue toes. Blue toes. Wait, I'm trying to get 1,000 kills in this Machina without hitting a single headshot. What do you think? What do you think?
I believe.
Blue toes didn't have faith in me, but Fart Real did. And it would ultimately be his motivation that would drive me to the finish line of this challenge. The rest of Barn Blitz went well, we farmed some gamers, but when the match came to a finish, it was time for me to migrate to a new server where I was going to spend hours trying to complete this challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the 32-player instant respawn Skial 2-fort server. And yeah, I know it's pronounced Skyle, but Skial just sounds 20 times funnier, but sucked in. Things started pretty well here. I was farming some snipers, I was chilling in Discord, you know, having a good time. Until 40 minutes in, after getting 31 body shot kills with the Machina, disaster struck. No! Some asshole pyro behind the scout set me on fire, meaning my crosshair got aim punched straight into this poor fella's head, meaning we had to reset. At the time, I thought 31 kills was a lot to reset from, but oh boy was I wrong. Anyway, after that pain, there seemed to be a demo night infestation on the battlements, because for the period of 15 minutes, some dudes by the name of Necromancer...
just back.
It's Necromancer! The battlement slaughterer! And Iron Man Sex, brackets official, had a jolly good time decapitating me on repeat, which culminated in a slightly heated gamer moment for a young El Maxo. Fuck off, Necromancer! But they did eventually stop harassing us. Things continued to go pretty smoothly for me until out of nowhere, famous TF2 personality Shork from youtube.com/Shork appeared on my server. Wait, that's Shork.
Are you sure?
Yes, he's on my friend list. Now, I will admit that this was slightly unusual because Shork is from Denmark, which is unfortunately not Australia, meaning he had a constant 300 ping, but he soldiered through and acted as my dedicated pocket medic to help me through this challenge. Now, look, usually I am not fond of having a pocket medic because it ruins the beautiful traditional 2-fort sniper 1v1 duel. But given he was using the Crits Krieg and I was going through hell by doing this challenge, and it was famous internet man Shork, I'm not gonna say no to Shork, so I let it slide just this once, or twice, because we did the same thing a few days later on his stream. But anyway, this sped up the process because I wasn't dying as much, leaving me more time to rack up some strange kills. Getting crits from Shork did scare me a couple times though, because I wasn't used to the crit sound as sniper anymore, and I associated that with the headshot reset, so whenever I did hit a critical hit, it set me on a bit of an emotional roller coaster. Is that a headshot?
Ooh.
I don't know.
No, it's 2 body shots.
Oh, fuck, the crits are scaring me because I keep thinking it's headshots. We were progressing very well. Eventually, Shork left after half an hour or so. I hit 100 kills, which was 10% of the challenge. And then... yeah, another reset. I didn't even have a verbal reaction to this one. It was just pure silence because it was really starting to set in how tough this challenge was going to be. At this point, I had spent a good few hours on the challenge and was feeling a little drained for the day, so I ended up slowing down my progress a bit in favor of finding less funny moments.
We've been observing your progress. We'd like to invite you to the program.
We've never seen talent such as this before. We're glad to announce you're in! I actually ended up doing the strategy with my friend who would go invisible spy in front of me, and I could use the Machina's piercing shot to farm penetration kills, which were announced to the whole server with the sound. And that was pretty fun.
Alright, I'm gonna stand in front of you and take a shot. shot.
Wait, can I shoot through you like that? Yes! We can do it!
Does it count as a collab?
Yeah, look. What the fuck? Are you gonna do it again? Know each other. I can't see what that mini is. Oh. Yes! Dude, I can't tell you how fucking weird it is to aim through you. It's like,
No, I can imagine.
it's blurry and shit. Yes!
I just got body shot.
Anyway, I was having a lot more fun this way. We were doing some funny bits. We were getting some more kills. We were... Oh,
Oh no.
well, yeah, another reset. That was the fourth one of the day. We said goodbye to another 96 kills, and after that, I was pretty much bummed out for the day. So after getting another handful of kills, I left it there for the night. I told myself it was probably going to take something like a minimum of 50 hours to complete this challenge before going into it, so the fact I hadn't really gone anywhere in my first few hours didn't bother me all that much. Overall, I spent about 2 hours and 15 minutes on day 1 with 4 resets of 1 kill, 31 kills, 104 kills, and 96 kills, bringing my grand total amount of kills to 232. This means if I didn't hit any accidental headshots, I would be 23% or about a quarter of my way through the challenge at this point, but that didn't really faze me. I knew this was going to be a grind, and it would be only a matter of time before I was victorious. Peace. Hey everyone, welcome to day 2 of losing my mind. As you may recall, yesterday went not amazingly. The first kill I got was a headshot, and I've reset 3 times. For a total of, I think, 230 kills. But we're not going to be on the boring battlements of 2-4 today. I'm tired of it. We're changing the scenery. Unfortunately, that means CTF well. But yeah, I think I'm just going to take it a bit casually. If I get to like 100 kills, I might go back to 2-4 for a bit. Get grinded again. After about 3 whole minutes of playing well, I realized that this was a pretty garbage map for getting kills as sniper. This map sucks. Can I get out? Can I leave? You can't even leave through that? This app. No. I refuse to play on this map any longer. So we re-queued up for a new map, and yeah, there's not many good sightlines there, which isn't ideal for snipers, so I'm not doing that. Just when you thought you could escape it, it dragged you right back into it. Now, not only was I back to 2-4 again, but it wasn't even an instant respawn server, because I was waiting upwards of 15 seconds after every death, which got me quite frustrated quite quickly. On top of that, it was early in the day, and here in Australia, it's pretty hard to fill up any server before peak player times, which meant 2-4 had basically turned into a ghost town. There's no one here. You want to load into an online video game? Is anyone going to load into an online video game? So yeah, all of these factors compounded, and that was enough for me to jump ship onto the next game of casual, where things actually went pretty well. Yeah, that's more like it. Couple of defense. Boom! Boom! See, this is more like it. It was around this point that I was slowly starting to realize the difficulty of this challenge and how much time I was going to actually have to take to get it done. Oh, that was dangerous. This is going to be hard. This is so stupid. I'm actually about to get 1,000 kills in this. Fuck me. What are we at? Are we like 14, 17? Almost 2% of the way there. But nonetheless, we persisted and made some quite limited progress. And that was mostly because the early stages of insanity were setting in. Hey, come on. No.
Oh, I gotta hear stair stab. I've been practicing those.
Is the scout gonna be here again? You know, I used to think my life was a tragedy, but start charging up here. Tunnel vision super hard. Get the medic! What are we at now? This is gonna take so long. I think it takes like 10 hours on 2-4 battles. I think I can get 100 kills an hour. Off the front end, though, I realized that I was to hell itself. If I wanted to have any hope of finishing this challenge. Let's go to 2-4.
No, te lo dico, registrez. No registrez. Oh my god.
So, after we went to the insane asylum. Yeah, fuck you. Nice unusual. Doesn't get you skill though, does it? Like, yes! 25 kills! 26! My mind and it's only day 2! Yes! Okay. That was a child. Let's turn voice scale down. No. Okay, I'm gonna just disable that. It was a rough start with lots of enemy gamers trying to ruin my day, and progress was slow, but I had to be stoic and I was absolutely determined. And eventually, things started to pick up again. Okay, it's going very well. It's going extremely well. Oh, okay! Or at least I thought they did. No! I hit 2 collapses in a row and it fucked up. I think I need to reduce it. Oh no, no. Okay. That's a 60 kill reset, I think. We're gonna double collat kill. I need to not shoot people on the bridge because that's when people need to be on the battlements for me to kill them, so I can just guarantee I'm not shooting ahead. Anyway, the hustle continued, and for an hour and a half, we went on a bit of a roll and managed to climb up to 150 kills. Until, well, you can probably guess what happened. No! This accidental headshot really hurt and made me go silent for like 20 seconds straight to contemplate why I was even bothering with this stupid ass challenge. So again, we reset, got hustling, and I had some friends join me in Discord at this point, which kept me from losing my mind. And I could also fill them in on the challenge and what I was trying to accomplish. And my goal is to reach 1,000 kills without hitting a single headshot. As I say that... Give me a... What did we get to this time? 57. This is a short one. Anyway, you know the drill at this point. Reset, walk out of spawn, get to the oh, that's a 5 kill reset. Well, that's not too bad. We can always farm some of these friendlies outside of spawn and, oh, no, karma is a bitch, isn't it? Yep, I actually probably deserve that one. They were pretty quick resets and they didn't faze me too much. So for the rest of day 2, we actually managed to get somewhere. There were some pretty funny moments. It just looks like it's so useless, but it's so funny. I continue to lose my mind about the nature of this challenge. Also, yeah, you know what's funny?
What?
When you hover my Machina right now, I've killed 123 people and not hit a single headshot.
What's funny
Just
about
with
that?
no context. Just imagine dying to that for the first time, being like, this guy has yet to hit a headshot kill. Like, what? But all in all, by the end of the day, I managed to climb up to 181 kills. And I was pretty happy with that because it was a current record. And whilst I was editing some of the footage and explaining to my friends what had caused me to accidentally headshot each time, one of them actually gave me quite a smart suggestion to help with the challenge that I somehow hadn't even thought of yet. The other times it's been through collat kills, or it's been my damage flinching into a head. It's been unfortunate.
So, use the code captain.
Huh? Woo! Use the code. You're actually onto something. So, on day 2, I had spent 3 hours attempting the challenge with 4 resets of 56 kills, 156 kills, 5 kills, and 32 kills. Which meant the grand total was currently at 662 kills and 8 headshot resets. Now look, I wasn't aware of what was about, but all I can say is that things were going to get a whole lot harder before they got any easier.
That's downright embarrassing.
Now for day 3, there was no live commentary to start things off. I was just straight into the challenge. My current short-term goal at this time was to reach 200 kills, because that would be the first funny milestone, and I was only 19 kills off it. Unfortunately though, there were some slight problems. I noticed pretty much immediately that there was a problem with the item service, because after every kill, my strange counter wasn't going up at all, and that meant I couldn't really keep track of the challenge. Dude, it's not counting kills again right now. What's happening? Fuck! Still not working, you know. Well, day 3's off to a slow start. It was being really dodgy and inconsistent for some reason, but it seemed to resolve itself pretty quickly. I got partially FNAF jump scared early on in the day during a moment I was surprised hadn't happened earlier, but as you may or may not know, when your team caps the intel on CTF, you're rewarded with crits. And I was scoped in at the time, and it made the sound of when you hit a headshot like it did with Shawk, which, it caught me a little off guard. I actually just had my heart skip a beat. Because we got crits.
You got crits because
But look, that slight little road bump didn't even matter. We were about to hit kill number 200, which would mean we are 1/5 of the way through the...
Oh. god! No! That's so sad.
My 200th kill was a headshot! Number 200 was a headshot! For some reason, I wasn't even that mad, and judging by my reaction at the time, I actually managed to find it funny. So, hey, at least I had that going for me. Yes!
We're back to 0.
Oh my god! Yes! That did soon quickly change though, because that annoying issue where kills weren't being counted on my Mac kinda happened again. And given I just lost a massive streak, I half kinda rage quit, then took a break for a while. Fucking half my kills not being counted is... Yeah, like that one just didn't count. Hey, we came back stronger than ever a few hours later. When I say stronger, I mean I hit so many accidental headshots in the period of like 1 hour, it was actually kind of funny.
I saw the guy on our team get a headshot that had no in their name, and I thought that was you.
I'm not bad, I never hit a headshot. Well, that's bad. Oh, you fucking shot me with the SMG. Fucking flinched into his head.
You sure you want to do this challenge? You seem...
I'm not deflated by it, it's just... It's inevitable. See, it's inevitable. After that absolute rampage of failures, I thought that perhaps a change of scenery was in order to ease my mind a little. Lazarus. Now, I hope it was obvious by my reaction, but I actually forgot to commentate this bit. Yeah, I wasn't going to be playing Lazarus, so I went back to 2 for it. Okay, continue. I managed to grind up to 150 kills again when one of my Discord admins, Corey, thought it would be a funny idea to attempt a little bit of trolling on me and try to force me to hit a headshot. Now thankfully it was a body shot, but I was not impressed with Corey's behaviour, so I threatened violence against him in text chat, and all was resolved. After another half an hour, I managed to get 200 again, only this time it wasn't a headshot, so I decided to take a shortcut. Upon my return though, I did notice something a little annoying, as the enemy team had set up this little base of operations beneath our battlements, and were constantly spamming me out, and I was making no progress, so for the first time in the challenge, I swapped off Sniper to Demo Man to teach those little rats a lesson, before promptly killing myself and getting back to work. But, as we have come to learn in this challenge so far, good things come to an end. By that, I mean after 239 kills, I had the most heartbreaking accidental headshot on a charging Demo Man. 240, 240, 240. This one cut deep, not only because it was the furthest I'd gotten so far, but I did this section in absolute solitude with no one to talk to and no music or podcast playing in the background. So this one really hurt.
Watch this, Lise. You can actually pinpoint the second when his heart rips in half. And now.
As you can probably imagine, my life force had been absolutely drained for the day after 5 hours of body shotting, so I chose to finish there. Overall, I reset 7 times on day 3, and my total amount of kills had now reached 1,037, which means I would have finished the challenge by now if I had hit no headshots, but unfortunately, we weren't living in that timeline. There's also some more bad news to come for our body shotting protagonist, as tomorrow is going to be the most chaotic day by far.
Let's roll these bones to hell.
Hello everyone, it's Maxo here. Still sick, but it's day 4. Yesterday was a little depressing. We got to 240 kills, which is 24% of the way there, and unfortunately, hit a headshot on a charging demo night, which was very, very sad, but we're back at it again. We're back on the grind. I reached a total of 1,000 kills yesterday, so if I hadn't hit any headshots, I would have completed the challenge by now. And of course, I've hit 14 headshots. I am feeling a bit stoic about all of this. Like, I kind of think failure is inevitable for a long time. I've been doing this challenge for 10 hours now, total time, and I want to go to at least 50 hours before I make any concessions on the challenge. So, you know, still, still early days. Although I sounded like I was determined here in spite of everything, the weight of the challenge was definitely starting to set in with reset after reset. But luckily for us, we were about to meet a lone wanderer with some valuable advice.
Trying to make a fucking video or some shit about no headshots.
Yeah. Do you know where I'm at? In total? No, I've reset 14 times so far. I've spent 10 hours doing this. The highest I've gone is 240. I'm trying to get to 1,000. I'm losing my mind a little bit, but it's pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie, it's all blurred into one a bit. What were you doing last? Oh no, I remember your loadout.
Yeah, I was just fucking you every now and then.
Yeah.
You know, considering you're doing it for a challenge, I'm alright with your body shotting. I won't lie, I definitely did see your rifle last night, and I was trying to like get you to fucking headshot me. Do you know about the crouch glitch?
I don't know. Is this some integral lore I need to know?
Yeah, if you're gonna be going for no fucking headshots. So, if you're playing sniper and you jump and then double tap crouch in the air, your model glitches. So it looks like you're standing still, like, just normally, but you're actually just crouched.
Right.
I don't know if I did it, but...
Oh, you're like doing the cha-cha slide right now.
So, if you see my body right now, that's a headshot.
I'm gonna hope no one does that to me. That seems quite rude. What the fuck? Actually, just see something I learned yesterday on a server. Look at this. Look at the slow conga.
I did not know that was a thing.
Neither. You hold // while you do it, and it thinks you're like swimming down, so you do it really slowly. Look at this. We're getting some integral lore from It Has Been Ages. So with this extremely valuable knowledge exchange between both parties, it was time to put it to use and get grinding. But day 4 had quite the slow start. I kind of wish I could click on heads. It'd be kind of fun if I could do that. Oh, why is it actually good snipers for once? Dude, this guy's nuts! I made a desperate plea to the enemy team for more snipers, would preferably be less talented than the guy who was absolutely dunking on me, which worked out for better or worse. Well, that's just fucking scary. Anyway, we managed to get to 115 kills, and then we had quite an interesting accidental headshot.
Way to go, Pally.
What just happened? This one actually had me in disbelief because I was certain I had my shot fully charged, meaning my cozy camper should have stopped the aim punch that occurred. You see I just got hit by a demo knife.
Yeah. Wait, what? And you also shoot through
It went through the box shot spy into the sniper behind. But that would have killed the box shot spy. Or maybe it went through the demo knife. Yeah, I think it went through the demo knife.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Not enough.
So, no.
Oh, is it?
It's not enough. It's not a body shot worth, no. Unless he doesn't get health back with the...
He'd only get 15 health back for the Islander head.
Exactly.
No, I just wasn't fully...
Thanks, Pally.
What?
Wait. Why did it flinch? I was fully charged. I have no idea what happened in that clip, to be honest, so if you have any idea or a TF2 game mechanic gremlin and can unpack that one for me, I'd be happy to hear it in the comments. Unfortunately, my morning session on 2-4 was cut short by my dog. Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, okay, one sec. Mackie just threw up. This is Mackie, for anyone who doesn't know. She may be the stupidest dog I've ever met, and I kind of mean that in the best way possible. She's not like the other staffies who rip toddlers' frontal lobes out. She prefers vomiting, and that's exactly what she did on my parents' expensive carpet.
Because Mackie threw up everywhere. That you?
So, look, I cleaned that up, took a pretty long break, and then came back to 2-Fort, my beloved, for perhaps the single most chaotic body shotting session thus far. Wait, go now? Are you doing it?
No!
Weapon reskins. Weapon reskins.
No way!
Wait, who had the fucking thing on the soundboard? That's just like my kryptonite.
Dude, what
How
is this kid
old
doing
is this
here?
person? Is that their full name in their pro? Uh-oh.
Go to sleep. Please go to bed.
Can you start the lawnmower? Skiel's starting to feel like fucking Dante's 7 Rings of Hell, or whatever the fuck it is. I'm in the bottom one. Now that may have looked like fun and games, but in that period of about 5 hours, I had hit another 4 accidental headshots, which means another 4 resets. No!
Oh, that's so sad, Max.
It was another flinch! Fuck! Can I get a for hitting a headshot? Thank you. I'm gonna go reset it now. We did pick up a godlike kill streak at one point, which was cool, but I think it was pretty clear at this point that something was not working. Although I had fun because people were being absolutely wild in voice chat, I knew that I had to do some analysis tomorrow to figure out what had been going so wrong.
Ah, that was rubbish.
After spending 17 hours on 2 Forts battlements to a limited amount of progress, I think it was time to reevaluate the strategy we were going in with. So, before I entered the 9th circle of hell again for the 20th time, I wanted to understand a few things. Firstly, what were the reasons for me accidentally hitting headshots? And then secondly, I wanted to do a little bit of maths and calculate the probability of me hitting 1,000 headshots in a row with my current rate of failure. But we'll talk about that in a second. So I went through my footage and grouped up all 19 headshots I'd accidentally hit and analyzed them. Apparently I forgot to clip one of my resets at 96 kills, but 18 is probably a good enough amount to give us a good idea of what's going wrong in this challenge. So anyway, I categorized them into groups, and first up were the me being an idiot and clicking on a head for no reason type kills. This is basically just where I managed to either go for a risky flick, as I did on this rocket jumping soldier, or in the case of the very first kill of the entire challenge, me just headshotting because why not? This made up 3 out of 18 of the total headshots. The second category was actually quite interesting, and these were the kills I got on people running on the roof of the bridge. Because the roof is sloped on both sides, it makes the hitbox of classes like Scout really quickly move around and makes it more risky to go for body shots. I was surprised to see that this was 4 out of 18 of my resets, and means I pretty much need to avoid going for kills like this entirely, which means it will take a lot longer to get to 1,000. The next category, and the most common of all, is the fabled falling off of the battlement's headshot kill, which has hindered me the most. There have been 5 headshots where I was aiming for a body on the battlements, but would fire
Yeah.